called camera blocking, which is like this real long day of rehearsal.
Your whole life is crashing.
Right. And I said to myself...
You're like, who has time for work?
At that point, you're working for free.
Yeah.
I said to at first I said, because the logic got to the point where, like I said, okay, if I win the $5,000, I'm not going to get any coke, and I'll just go to bed tonight and go back and do fine. And then I said, but I said I'll have an extra $5,000, so maybe I will get coke.
Well, you earned it.
I'm like conflicting.
Okay, go ahead.
So I lose the bet, and now I don't know what to do.
Now you have no coke and no money.
Right, so I had to go get some more. And I went to this girl's house who I knew. She lived in the Hollywood Hills. I just kind of like forced my way in, and not even forced my way in. She was like smiling, but she was in the bedroom just like, just do whatever. So I was like doing coke off her CDs all night, and it was just awful. It was awful. So then I have to go back to the studio, and I took a bottle of Jack Daniels from her house, and I'm driving like...
Because then you got to take the edge off.
Yeah, right, exactly. I just got to come down for my
big... Well, for work, Robin.
I got to come down for my big sketch with Harry Connick.
Yeah, because you know that's going to be comedy history. It's going to be like the time Steve Martin dressed up as an Egyptian and danced on Saturday Night Live.
You know, classic.
I'm listening to Artie going, so I've done $20,000 and I'm on coke, but now I got to go drink and drive, so I go to work.
Yeah, right. Well, you got to take the edge off because Harry Connick's waiting for a big rehearsal. Exactly. A comedy genius.
I got to go make comedy history.
Yeah, I got to go make Harry Connick funny. You know what? I take coke, too.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
So by this time, they figure out what's going on. I've been in the same clothes for like 4 days. And they were
And
really,
you smell.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're not bathing.
You're now the Belushi of Mad TV.
Yeah, right.
Right.
They were really good to me there. They wanted to help me out, you know, so they tried to do like this intervention thing.
Right.
And they called people to the so when I got to the studio, it was 2 of my agents and my manager at the time waiting there.
Oh, no.
And my manager and me, like, we weren't getting along.
Right.
I was all messed up, and I thought they were going to try to take me to, like, a rehab or something. So I said, no way, man, no way. So I started...
Now when I get a shot to work with Harry Connick...
I said, yeah, right. We're about to make sketch comedy history.
Yeah.
And you're going to lock me up.
Are you guys crazy?
You got a job to
I'm
do.
too valuable to this organization to let me go.
Harry Connick is doing his Southern character in this sketch.
Was that the sketch?
Something like that.
Like he's just doing that same voice that is his voice?
Yeah. Thing.
He was a nice guy, but I was just out of my mind, you know. So my manager tries to stop me from getting in my car because I wanted to try to get away. I don't know where I was going, but I just wanted to try to get away.
You're going to make a run for it.
Did you take your bottle of Jack Daniels with you?
That was in the car.
Right.
So my manager gets in my way, and I just punch him in the face.
Right.
I tried to deck him, and I hit him in the face. I guess I've been in pretty hard. So I get there. The producers come running out. They stop me from getting in the car. They call the cops.
Mm-hmm.
So now the cops come, and it was shot right in the middle of Hollywood.
Right.
So I try to get away from the cops. Now I'm jumping over fences.
Oh, my God.
You're like one of those guys where the helicopter's following you and jump through people's yards?
2 cops.
Yeah, he's on TV finally. That's your best appearance.
They should have taped this and just aired it. So,
Get back in the car. We need you for the Harry Connick sketch. Artie Lange.
Man is trying to escape Mad TV.
Artie Lange, get back in your car and quickly get back to Mad TV. You're needed for Harry Connick. Yeah, so go ahead. So the cops are chasing him.
I'm almost falling into pools. Like, everybody has a pool in L.A.
You can't even run from the cops.
Even poor people have pools.
Right.
So I got to keep going around pools, and that slowed me down. And I finally got to the corner of Melrose and Vine. There's this supermarket.
Can't believe this.
And the cops finally catch up with me there. And now, like, a few of the writers by this point, my manager, my agents, like, there's agents on, like, cell phones are probably saying, what the hell are we even representing this guy for?
Yeah, right. What's going on?
And the cops catch me in the parking lot, and I did the dumbest thing I have ever done in my life, and I have done a ton of dumb things.
You bukkakied them. What did you do?
I took a swing at an L.A. cop.
Oh, wow.
You're brave.
Which was...
You're lucky they didn't shoot you.
So the guy...
If you had been a black guy, you would have been shot.
The guy ducks and just... Right, and I started giving him crap about that.
And you look kind of Arab or something, so, you know, you could have been shot.
They could have mistaken you for not a white American.
Yeah, you're a little bit swarthy. And you got afro hair.
Artie was a lot bigger then. You know, he was a heavy guy, and he probably threw a pretty mean punch.
I was actually closer to the weight I am now because of the coke and stuff.
Yeah, he was running a lot.
You're like the Rodney King of comedy.
Yeah, something makes you want to beat me.
Yeah, so you took a swing at the cop.
Took a swing at a cop, and that was it, man. He just had red in his eyes. He tackles me, and he throws me on top of the cop car, and he starts cuffing me, and they search me, and I had coke on.
Oh.
So wait a second, you've resisted arrest, tried to hit a police officer, you have coke on, you have an open bottle of Jack Daniels in your car.
A very special Artie Lange.
And I'm about to do a sketch with Harry Connick.
Yeah.
If you ever make it big, if he ever makes it big, he's already an E! True Hollywood story.
Oh, yeah.
So, but this was, believe me, this is the worst way ever to leave a show ever. All the producers, like, picture this, if this happens and you're by yourself, it's embarrassing. This was at 11 a.m. in front of everyone who worked on the show in a supermarket parking lot.
Oh, my God.
I love that writers and producers are chasing him down the street.
A couple of
So what was the outcome of this story?
Well, they took me to L.A. County.
Right.
It's funny, once I got it, they flew me in a cop car, and I thought they were going to beat the hell out of me it was like an ambulance, like a paddy wagon.
Right.
And they restrained me and everything. And as soon as I got in, I started talking to the cops, like trying to relate. I go, guys, let me just tell you about my week.
You're not going to believe what happened to me. I'm in a sketch with Harry Connick Jr.
No, I'm different than all the other lowlifes who back here.
You don't understand.
Let me tell you what led up to me trying to hit you, officer.
Was it more than an hour ago? I was driving drunk, and I was doing lines of coke off CDs, for God's sakes. Can't you guys understand?
But you don't understand. I just lost 15 grand on Holyfield Tyson.
Right.
Yeah, it takes you half a year to make 15 grand.
I did mention that, and one of the cops, that was like a good thing to say, because he had seen the fight and he couldn't believe it. So we started talking about the fight in the paddy wagon. They take me to like this, whatever.